And welcome back to my channel. It's Ashley here, and if you are new, hey girl, hey. So I am super excited about this video today because I have a lot of fall DIYs to share with you guys, so let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so this first DIY is super easy. So I got these cute little faux pumpkin bowl fillers from Micheals, and I'm just going to take some twine and I'm going to attach the pumpkins to the twine. So basically what I'm doing is creating a loop, and I'm just going to tie the stem to the twine, and that is it. And it's just some really cute, simple garland that you can add anywhere, but I'm going to be adding this to my fireplace. Now you can glue it a little bit if you want, but I literally just tied it and then I added this to the fireplace. And this is how it looks on my fireplace. So again, really easy, really simple, and I just added some wood beads on the top as well. And this is some super cute fall decor, very simple, and again, easy to recreate this. Okay, so for the second DIY, I'm going to be taking this little Dream Decor framed out piece, and I'm going to remove everything because I don't need it. And then I'm going to remove the word dream from the front, and I'm just using my rotary tool to do this. But if you have like a flat razor or something, you can use that too. Just want to be really careful when you're doing that because the glass is really thin. So now I'm going to give this a new backing. So I'm going to be taking some wood and I'm marking where I need to cut it, and I'm going to cut it down onto my miter saw to the size that I need. And then I also did like a little small piece that I had to get rid of so that these all could fit on there nicely. And then I just sanded all of the pieces down. After that, I started to tape around the frame because I am going to be painting this. The color that I'm using is Sheepskin, and I gave this about 2 coats, and I also did the inside of the frame as well. So while my frame was drying, I just took some wood glue and I glued those wood pieces together. Next, I took this pumpkin that I got from Hobby Lobby, and I'm just going to remove the little stake that is on, and I'm just going to take some hot glue. You can use E6000, and I'm going to attach this to the center. Then after that, I'm just going to pop that frame back on, flip this over, again taking my hot glue, and I'm going to attach the back to this. And that is it. That is all I did for this, and I love this. It is so cute, and it makes the perfect table decor piece. For the third DIY, I'm just going to be taking one of these wooden pumpkins that you can get from Target, and I just taped off the bottom half, and I'm going to paint that same sheepskin color. Then after that, once it dried, I just removed the tape. And then I'm going to be using these stickers. So I love to use stickers. They're really cute, nice stickers. And I got the gold ones. And so I'm just going to take out an F-A-L-L and create the word fall. And I'm just going to add this to the front of my pumpkin. And voila, here we go. Super simple. And this is perfect to add to a 3 or 2 tiered tray. So for this next DIY, I'm just going to take this little gathered MDF sign that I got from the Dollar Tree, and of course you guys know I'm about to paint this sheepskin, my favorite color. So this took about 2 coats to do this. And then after I did that, I'm just going to take the backing and I'm going to take these wood shapes that I got from Target Bullseye a while ago, and I'm just going to add these to the back. I love using their adhesive stickers. They always come in handy. So now I'm just going to take Smokey Beige, which is another favorite color of mine, and I'm just going to spray that on top of my leaves. After that, I'm just going to take some fairy lights. So I got these fairy lights from Amazon, and I'm going to start wrapping those around the inside using my hot glue. So you can get smaller sized fairy lights. These fairy lights were a little long, but if that's all you can find, just continue to just wrap it around the inside, and then I'm just going to place my top back on, and then I ended up spray painting the back and adding the little switch to the back with my hot glue. So I really like this one because it was really simple to do. There's a lot of dimension going on here, and the lights just give it that extra oomph. So I love this one. I hope you guys do too, and it was super easy to create, and this will make amazing table decor as well. Okay, moving along. So this next DIY is my absolute favorite out of all the ones that I did in this one. So with this one, I'm going to be using the dollar store pumpkins that you can get, and I'm just going to be painting it again that sheepskin color. So I got one of the tall pumpkins and then one of the shorter pumpkins. And after I was done painting those, I'm just going to take my Prima Mould and also some Polymer clay, and I am going to start to create these really pretty molds. So this is actually my first time using the Polymer clay to do this, and it actually worked out pretty well. So once I popped all of them out, the next thing that I did was I took my X-Acto knife and I started to cut around, removing any of the excess clay that I didn't need. This was really kind of relaxing to do, honestly, slicing it and all that stuff. And it didn't take that long for me to do that either. So once I got all of those pieces cut out, the next thing I did was I placed them onto the pumpkins to see how they would look. And then I popped these into the oven for, I think it's like 275 for like 15 minutes. And then after they were nice and cool, I am going to use my favorite liquid gold leaf that you can get from like Micheals or Hobby Lobby. And I'm going to start to add those to each of these molds. So after that liquid gold was nice and dry, which it does not take that stuff long to dry, honestly, I just started to place these back onto my pumpkin, and then I'm going to attach them using my hot glue. So you can use hot glue, but I would recommend using like E6000 or something like that too. Or if you're using your hot glue, use like a Gorilla hot glue stick or something like that. So you'll make sure that these will adhere nicely on there. And then that's all I did for these pumpkins. I love these. Oh my gosh, they look so good. I'm surprised at how they actually came out. I was like, oh my god, this is so good. So this is, again, one of my favorites, and this makes some perfect table decor, and you can also add these to those tiered trays as well. Okay, so these next two DIYs, I am going to be playing with some resin. So this is my first time doing that. I am not a pro at all, but I did still have fun creating these two DIYs. So I'm going to be using some dried flowers, and I've already mixed my resin together, and now I'm going to pour them into these molds that I got from Micheals. So I carefully just poured in my resin, and then I'm just going to be crinkling up some of the dried flowers into each of the letters and then pouring some more resin on top. So I did have a lot of bubbles. I don't know if it was the type that I had, but it was a lot of bubbles. So I read to either use a heat gun or like a lighter to get rid of those bubbles. So I just took my lighter and I lit it up and got rid of some of the bubbles. So I just continued this process with all the molds and, well, all the letters that I needed for this particular DIY. And then once those dried, I popped them right on out. So I'm just going to put this in here. I didn't use this particular frame. I was, but I changed my mind. But I basically did the same thing with like this little dollar store frame, and I painted the inside the sheepskin color, and then now I'm going to add my acrylic letters on top, and it's just going to say, "Hey Fall." And to attach those letters, once I get them nice and straight on here, I'm just going to be using my hot glue. Again, you can use E6000 to do this, but it's pretty simple to just like add these to whatever frame or whatever you want to add these to. And that's it for this one. And if you are a resin pro, you'll be able to get this done in no time and make it super cute. This was my first time. I still had fun, but I do have some practice. But anyways, this will be perfect for a 3-tier tray or table decor as well. So this next DIY, we're going to be using resin again. And honestly, these were supposed to be coasters, but I completely changed how these were gonna be because of what happened, but I actually love the end results of these. So anyways, I did that same thing, added resin to some molds, and then I'm using my dried flowers and I'm adding those on in here too, and then I'm gonna top them off with some more resin. So after those dried, I popped them out and they were pretty cloudy. So that's something that can happen. I don't know why it happened, but it happened, y'all. But anyways, it still looked really good to me. And I was like, oh, these look really good. They're really fall. So they're not coasters, they're paperweights. So I took some of my extra molds and I'm just going to attach those to the top using my hot glue, and that is it. So again, boom, these are super cute paperweights. I love how this turned out, and it's really, really fall, and they are just really gorgeous to me. I just love it, and I love the cloudiness of them as well. Moving along to the last DIY, so I'm going to be using these foam pumpkins that you can get from the Dollar Tree, and I just cut them in half. Next, I'm going to be taking the galvanized truck, so you can use the truck from the dollar store, but I'm going to be using the truck that I got from Hobby Lobby because I just like the look of it a little bit better. So to cover the hole in the front, I just dabbed some hot glue in that area. Then I took some looking glass and I added that on top to blend it in. Next, I started to work on those pumpkins. So I just started to paint them, and I used both the small foam pumpkins and also the medium foam pumpkins too from the Dollar Tree. So while the pumpkin was drying, I'm gonna work on the wood words that I'm gonna add to the bottom. So these words, these letters, excuse me, I love them. You can get them from Micheals. I just love the look of them. And the bottom of my sign is gonna say pumpkins and gourds, so I wanted it to be different. And once those were nicely painted and dried, as you can see now, I'm just going to add them to the bottom using my hot glue. Again, you can use hot glue or E6000. And then after I got all of my letters on there, I then started to attach my pumpkins. So to attach the pumpkins, I'm gonna do the same thing using my hot glue, and I'm going to glue them. And they're just going to be like on the back of the truck like you would normally see in any type of sign with the cute little farm trucks. And then that was it. That is all I did to this. And this sign was honestly very super easy to do because I already used like one of those pre-made signs that you can get from Hobby Lobby to put all of this together. And this sign will be perfect to hang up anywhere in your home, on your fireplace mantle, just in your entryway, whatever. Or you can also just use this as some table decor as well. And that is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I honestly can't believe that I made all of these DIYs because you guys know I normally break things up, but I was like, no, I'm just gonna put them all in this one video. So I really do hope that you enjoyed this. I hope you got some ideas. If you have a favorite, please let me know down in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you aren't subscribed to my channel, make sure you click on that subscribe button and you hit that notification bell so you'll always be up to date with my latest tutorials. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye!